The SSI Restoration Act in 2023, Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video we're specifically focusing on SSI, Supplemental Security Income, and a very popular piece of legislation, which is the SSI Restoration Act and the massive changes this would implement to the SSI program, including some massive raises to these monthly benefits for the roughly 8 million beneficiaries who rely on these checks each and every month. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day. As your one and only daily advocate, I want to help you out as much as I can, as well as keeping you informed of all these changes as things are happening very rapidly right now. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk about SSI, Supplemental Security Income, the SSI Restoration Act, and what is going on right here, right now in 2023. As I've had some people here in the community, those of you here watching this video, down below in the comment section, I've seen the questions coming in asking what is going on with SSI, what is going on with the SSI Restoration Act, are they reforming these benefits, are they changing the program, are they finally going to raise my benefits up to what they actually need to be? It's really hard getting by on $914 a month. Yeah, right? Especially over the last couple years here, with all of this massive inflation, rapidly rising prices, healthcare costs going up, shelter and rents going up through the roof, food prices going up to the stratosphere. I mean, seriously, prices are going up significantly on a lot of things out there, and those people living on SSI are really struggling. In fact, you've seen me talk about all the different reports that have come out recently talking about exactly that. The low income, the fixed income, those individuals living on SSI, yeah, it's not a good situation. But again, I don't need to sit here and tell you all that. You're living it, right? You know exactly about this. And again, I've seen the comments, I've seen the concerns, I've read all of that down below in the comment section. Many people here in the community are having a tough time right now. And this is the reality of the situation that we're going through right now. And again, I want to bring you the details because some of you here in the community have been asking about this, the SSI Restoration Act. And again, this is like the holy grail of all the pieces of legislation out there. This is a really good one. It's specifically focused on SSI. This has nothing to do with Social Security. This has nothing to do with retirement benefits or SSDI or survivors or spousal or VA. This is strictly focused on SSI, the dedicated bill to SSI benefits. Not bad, right? Yeah, there's a lot of talk out there about Social Security and all these other programs like that, but to have this dedicated piece of legislation, awesome stuff. Now, here's the thing. Let me talk about some of the provisions within this piece of legislation out there and why this is so incredibly powerful. And again, it does include a massive raise to monthly benefits as well, okay? All right, so let me talk you through some of the main provisions within this. And then again, I want to tell you what I've been seeing out there as far as all of these pieces of legislation, as in proposals that are out there to reform Social Security and raise benefits for SSI and change SSDI and all kinds of things like that. I'll get to that here in just a minute. But let's talk through some of the provisions really quickly. So the SSI Restoration Act includes, but not limited to, number one, removing the marriage penalty. Again, that's a tough one right there. The marriage penalty. Can you believe that this is still a thing? This has been put in place since back in 1972 when SSI was formed, okay? That's when the SSI program was actually brought into fruition. That's when the program started. 1972. Here we are 51 years later, and they still have the marriage penalty in place. I don't know. Seems kind of weird. That should be removed, and a lot of people are agreeing upon that. So that is in there to remove the marriage penalty within it, okay? Next, they want to increase the possession limits of cash or cash equivalents for individuals and married couples, okay? This is a pretty big one. In fact, there are standalone bills out there right now in Congress which have bipartisan support to do exactly this as well, okay? Not removing, but increasing the cap as of right now. So as you probably know, as an individual, you can have $2,000, and as a married couple, you can have $3,000. They want to raise those asset limits or possession limits of cash and cash equivalents from $2,000 as an individual up to $10,000 and $3,000 from a married couple up to $20,000. Again, awesome stuff, right? That's a good thing right there. That would help out a lot of people in a lot of ways, and also not penalize people for having a little bit of money set aside in the event of a rainy day, which we all know rainy days happen even in the desert, right? We all know they happen. They come in. Rainy days are no fun for the most part. But again, I mean, it's something we got to be prepared for. We got to be prepared for that. And, they always come. Inevitably, they're always out there, right? Anyway, all right, next, they also want to increase benefits. Now, this is the big one, right? The big kahuna, right? The big one that's out there right now. This would be the big one that was in the SSI Restoration Act, and this would be the awesome provision out there. And again, there are standalone bills out there to do exactly this as well, which is to increase SSI benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line. Now, here's the thing. Right now in 2023, the federal poverty line is $14,580 this year, okay? Divided out on a monthly basis is $1,215 every single month, okay? Right now, the maximum benefit for an SSI beneficiary in individual is $914. That's a difference of $301 per month, as in SSI benefits are $301 below per month below the federal poverty line. That's a lot. That's $3,600 a year below the federal poverty line, okay? That's a lot of money, right? So that's a massive change that they would want to implement to the SSI program, would be implementing a permanent raise to SSI benefits up to the federal poverty line and adjust accordingly to the federal poverty line each year. Here's the thing. Last year, let me put this into perspective. Last year, 2022, they talked about the SSI Restoration Act as well, okay? The federal poverty line last year, 2022, was $13,590. This year, it's $14,580, a difference of $990. Now, obviously, we don't know what the federal poverty line is going to be for next year, 2024, but I would suspect it's probably going to be somewhere around the $15,600 range. I would just suspect that. That's what I would anticipate with the increase to the federal poverty line to be for an individual, probably be around this the $15,600 range, okay? Another $1,000 increase or so, give or take a little bit. So not bad, right? So adjusting these SSI benefits to the federal poverty line would be a massive change and help out a lot of people. It would instantly lift 8 million people, or thereabout anyway, who receive SSI benefits out of poverty. From poverty, out of poverty, okay? One simple thing, literally like flipping a switch, right? You walk into a room, you flip the light switch, and boom, you've just lifted nearly 8 million people out of poverty. Not bad. That's exactly what they could do with exactly this, okay? So that is why this is such a powerful one. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, don't get me wrong. The marriage penalty, it's a rough one. The possession limits, that's pretty low. It could be raised up. There's some other provisions in there as well. But when it comes down to raising benefits, that's what people need right now. They need cash in their pockets, okay? This talk about raising possession limits, that's nice, but if you don't have any money in your pocket, it has no impact at all whatsoever. It does not matter whatsoever. If the possession limit of cash and cash equivalents is raised, who cares? If you don't have any money, that has no impact whatsoever to beneficiaries. You get what I'm saying? It only impacts those people that actually have a little bit of money set aside, right? Kind of get what I'm saying? But if benefits are not increased, if people don't have any money, whatever, it doesn't mean anything, right? It means nothing at all. So hope that kind of makes sense. But this is what it comes down to with the SSI Restoration Act. Now, really quickly here, I don't want this video to get too long, but here's what I've seen out there. There's a lot of provisions to change Social Security, to reform the program, to change SSDI, to raise the benefits, to change SSI, to reform SSI, all kinds of things like this. Essentially, all the benefits administered by the Social Security Administration for 70 million people. It sounds like, based on what I've read, based on what I've heard some people talk about, is in the event that they want to reform Social Security, they want to reform all of Social Security. Not just like retirement benefits, not just SSDI benefits, not just SSI benefits, but rather throw it all in the hopper and push it through, right? So that's kind of what I've been seeing out there, is that if we're going to do it, let's do it all at the same time, right? Not bad. I mean, that's a good approach. It's a very ambitious goal, to be real. It's very ambitious because, just changing Social Security retirement benefits, one little aspect of Social Security that's going to be a lot of kicking and screaming. Let's just be real, okay? The lawmakers are going to be pretty, uptight, and they're going to be, scratching at each other like a bunch of cats. But when it comes down to it, if they're going to do something, why not just do all of it, right? That's a good logic behind it. So I kind of agree with that. It's going to be tough. It's going to be, as some people say, it's going to be a heavy lift. It's going to be, no matter what they do, it's going to be a tough one. But if they're going to do anything, just do all of it at the same time. Just get it done. Just do all of it, okay? And that's what they're talking about. So we'll see what happens here. Again, do we have much faith in Congress? Well, I'm going to leave you to, come up with your own opinions on your own. I'm not going to tell you what to think, but, we know how we feel about Congress, right? Anyway, hope this one helps you out to better understand what's going on with the SSI Restoration Act 2023, specifically focused on supplemental security income beneficiaries. A lot of things going on out there. Either way, I will keep you posted. I'm going to continue watching this as well as all the other legislation out there right now. Anything that Congress is talking about to change these programs, to raise benefits, anything else like that. Of course, I'll bring it to your attention right away, which is why you've got to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Right down below the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you have not done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. A lot of things are happening right now. Either way, enjoy your day. Have a good one. Hope this one helps you. Enjoy, take care, share the video with your friends, family, social media. Go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day and catch you again later in the